Welcome to tonight's guided meditation. We're going to go ahead and start with pulling an Akashic record just to see where we're at for the collective energies. And so what's come up is monadic consciousness, which makes sense to me. It's been definitely been talked about all day today in consciousness within me. And so the monad means the one in Latin. And for those of us who've been doing our work this lifetime on self, getting to know all is self, we have been also maybe feeling like we're holding a new level of presence. And so it's been my practice to find out, what am I feeling at different times? And when I tune in, this larger presence arrives, I'll get that it's the monad. Sometimes it'll show up as causal consciousness. Sometimes it'll show up as the one. Like I can't get a yes to monad, but I'll get yes to the one. And so this chart says that the monad consciousness wants to speak to us. And funny enough, it says about our meditation tonight. It says that it's connected to the causal plane, which is the heavenly plane. Our digestive system, especially our small intestines, which is where sometimes we could store small hurts, things that we've kind of stuffed down because we like to have things happy and joyful, and maybe we haven't really been wanting to deal with those small hurts. We're going to intend that gets adjusted tonight so we can easily digest these larger energies of the one. It also says that what's being expanded is our monadic energy center. So again, the monadic energy center is this. If we were to look up our central channel, up our spine, it would be considered the 11th energy center above your head. And so again, this is where we're allowing in this greater plane of existence energy, this infinity to come through us from the heavenly plane through our meditation. And it says the superpower is trans-channeling, which is exactly what the monad does, is it allows for this larger channeling to happen of heavenly energy to come through us and assist the collective. It's also showing that there's a strong desire for our reproductive system to be cleansed so that it's easy for this ability. And that essentially there's some sort of graduation going on. So sometimes these are really big words. If you've never heard these things, don't worry about it. Trust and allow and know that you're exactly where you need to be. These are just some larger universal alignments for tonight's guided meditation. We're going to go ahead and use a circle mouth breathing to begin our practice. Circle your lips and inhale through your mouth. Exhale through your mouth. As you inhale, imagine cool air going down your spine, and exhale warm air out the mouth up your spine. As you inhale, imagine you're making a circle down below in front of you, and as you exhale, that circle completes itself as it wraps around, up and around to complete the circle. Keep this going, inhaling and exhaling, bringing in large amounts of oxygen to every cell.
our beginning practice, we will use the circle breathing to release any forgiveness or resentment stored in the body, connected to self, situations, and any others.
Allow anyone to come to mind, even if it's just you or you and others, and just be willing to acknowledge it and then forgive. Use that circle breath, imagining that you're lightening the energy at the small intestines, large intestines, with each being that you forgive. Sometimes as we do this release of this area of the body, sometimes there are larger energies or larger groups of people, maybe people you don't even know, but you just had this niggling resentment. Just forgive so that we can allow the new, so that you can be the presence that allows for instant healing when others are around you. Imagine that as you do just a few more of these releases, you become lighter. The aura, the soul that you are, begins to lift and levitate. And with that levitation, it rises us into yet another beautiful energy adjustment that allows for the heart muscle called the pericardium to soften. Here we're being asked for deep compassion. When I say that word of compassion, first and foremost, have compassion for yourself. And imagine the O breathing, the release, the acknowledgement, and the deep compassion for self softens the covering of the heart. And then allow that to expand to others that come to mind. Having compassion for the others in your life, the ones you know that come to mind, even the ones you don't know, like neighbors, people who care for others. Deep compassion, and imagine each being that you send this compassionate light. Let's actually bring color to it, the breath, that it softens even more the pericardium. And as you do one more compassionate, loving light, imagine now again you become even lighter. As we bring forward an energy of color to the reproductive area of the body, that's going to assist with cleansing anywhere you have energetic buildup around feeling safe. Imagine now that the color and the breath can give a softening to the reproductive organs, letting them know that they are completely safe to create again in new ways, to be a channel for this amazing, loving, monadic energy, this healing presence. As that beautiful light sweeps around through the reproductive system. We do one more of these beautiful energetic attunements as we sweep through our central nervous system with a sparkling crystalline love light from the lower caudal plexus of the tailbone nerve system all the way up the spine to the brain and spinal cord entirety. Bring about a crystalline sparkling light as you give greatest gratitude for the ability of the soul to work with this part of your system, the motherboard. This gives us an opportunity now to start to lift and levitate even higher as we allow deep healing and restoration for the body during this meditation. We're being called to a happy memory. Allow a happy memory to arrive as you levitate to this scene. Allow yourself to really study and bring about the feeling of happiness as you witness some scene being brought to your awareness. Allow the joy of the heart, the joy of the soul, to tap into this feeling, to the light codes that are held within this memory. Notice as you sense this happy memory, what it does to the soul light. this ascended master with their garment of light has a gift for you, has ancient wisdom to share with you. Enter this garment of light and acknowledge this master, knowing that it may even be a version of yourself. It may be Master Jesus. It may be Hermes Trismegistus. Lady Nada. Use your questions to consciousness and gather this wisdom. receive the octave of love. Imagine all that has been blanketed is now followed by this color of love. This love light presence is the one song sung by God, pure one love that has no bias, right or wrong. It simply accepts all as love. Use your breath and the colored light to again blanket all that comes to your awareness with this love. Be willing to be that presence, that being on the earth that assists with bringing about this octave of love. Imagine the joy that comes about when others feel this love. And how that comes back to you as even more feelings of joy, of satisfaction, of being the presence of love. That doesn't have a point of view, just simply acceptance, compassion, and deep understanding. is received by the nature kingdom. Imagine the sparkling lights that comes from all the trees. Even in the seemingly dark night, these trees are sparkling with gratitude for us being willing to send forth these photonic light wishes of love and appreciation for all the oxygen that the trees bring, as they give thanks for all the CO2 that we bring, this symbiotic photonic light exchange in different frequencies that we call names like oxygen. Imagine around the trees as the love is received into the mycelium, the grounds, the soils are rich with this love light. All the way into the deep earth, this deep loving presence mist goes down deep to the core, to beyond the core, to beyond what we've even acknowledged. This love light has blanketed deep into the nature kingdom, into the rocks, causing a cascade of what we would see in this night sky called the aurora borealis, or when we've seen plasma. Imagine that's all being emitted from the grounds, awakening our ability to see new levels of light that represents this loving field that's always been there. It was just waiting for us to attune ourselves fully. All of the animals, the insects are all feeling this love. Imagine the sensations, the feelings in your deep core, the giggles that come over you when you can really be the receptive being that acknowledges that part of you that has this gift to be the presence of love. Rippling through the waters, the rivers, the ocean. Rising into the air as we notice the fairies, the birds, all receiving this visual sparkling love light that occurs from our attention towards it. And then finally, as it lifts into the night sky, imagine you're able to send love to every star and every sun and every supernova, every giant dwarf, all these larger sentient beings. All the way through the fabric of the universe of our ancestors, all receiving this encoded love. Noticing that every part of your breath is an ebb and flow of this great connection. As a beautiful gift, there's a star that you notice far. Acknowledge this star that you are bringing to your awareness, and imagine that this star is some way a part of you. Imagine that your breath and your sending love to this star, maybe be a whisper of "I love you, star," And the star tells you just how much it loves you back. Allow yourself to receive this star. Sometimes this receptivity even drops the star to merge into the soul that you are. If that's what is occurring for you, allow it to expand bigger and bigger into you, a deep merger. As this love exchange with the star version of you occurs, go down deep as you expand. Also, come back towards the body. Imagine that as you come into deep loving acceptance and presence with this star, you start to feel this pull into the crown, into your spine. This starlight receptivity goes through the entire nervous system into every cell, bringing back the star spark, the innocence, the soul sparkle. Notice where your inner star sparkle, that core essence, lies. As you dive into the body, notice, does it go to your energy center called the heart, or does it encompass the entire body? Just where does that go for you? As you acknowledge where it is for you, knowing it can always shift, let it know you're ready for the reclamation of your innocence. The reclamation of making choices now from this deep innocence of love that chooses because it brings you joy. And if you're willing, be willing to let go of ever making a choice because of fear or lack. Make a new commitment with this sparkle that you'll choose every movement, every opportunity to be playing here on this playground from a choice of love. Because it's fun or because it feels good. So that your abilities to actualize through feeling and the alignment of a beautiful thought can simply happen for you easily, always. For that's what the gift of the inner innocence, the true soul sparkle does. It makes everything work out for you always. As that commitment, that deep inner alignment happens, imagine with me as we come into completion that this brightness of that star sparkle starts to glow so bright. Acknowledge how bright you can glow in your imagination. Sometimes you can even get it to glow in your mind's eye, so that you know when you truly are on this alignment of star sparkle. Allow yourself to smile so you encode it with the frequency signature of this attunement of deep alignment with your joyful innocence. And with that, we start to acknowledge this reconnection with the physical, noticing that you're on this sparkling bed or chair or floor or ground, and how everything really is just illuminating from you. You give life to everything around you. You give purpose to the chair or table. Those light particles stacked up get to be something because you exist. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers and stretch your body, sending gratitude to the body parts that are moving. So grateful. I love this body. You're doing a great job lining up purposefully to move and play with me, as me. And we thank our monadic presence, the one, the greater one, for this next graduation point that we're at, to sparkle, to allow more light language to come through, more sounds and singing and toning, and sparkling and living on trees and nature, being the presence around others, not needing to say anything, but just to be a presence so that they can feel comfortable to step into their star sparkle. Give them permission to be. We thank thee. Thank you, thank you, thank you.